Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Talk Virgin to Me. Tonight, we're going to talk about, well, I guess it is tonight. We're going to talk about Virgin After Dark, which sounds like really cheeky, but we're going to keep it not so cheeky, I guess, and just get down to the nitty gritty of it. Wow, I'm still keeping it cheeky, I guess. All right, we're going to talk about Virgin After Dark, and we're going to keep it PG? Yeah. Anyways, we're going to talk about bars. We're going to talk about food. We're going to talk about shows, all that stuff, what to do after. So it's funny because people tell me all the time, they're like, there's nothing to do on Virgin after dinner. And I was like, huh? There isn't? Really? Like, I don't feel that way. Like, I'm like, wait, what? So I want to talk about it really quickly because I feel like maybe you might find something that you're like, oh, I didn't know that was there. And you might go see it. So I want to start with bars that are open. Richard's Rooftop Bar, which is obviously Rockstar only, really. That's not open late. So I will tell you that. Like, they do the happy hour. I don't know what the exact timing is on it. I probably should, so my apologies. But it's like maybe sundown and gone. Like, it ends. So I don't think they're keeping it open late because no one really goes up there. There's so much going on downstairs and everywhere else that no one goes up there. So, of course, they probably are like, we're not going to, we're going to close it and save ourselves, the barman and send him down to on the rocks where everyone else is probably. So that does close. I would say about 7-8 o'clock, if not earlier. I would say about 7 o'clock, but that doesn't mean that Richard's Rooftop doesn't close. So I do want to say that really quickly. If you want to go up there for some private time, you want to go in the hot tub that's up there, or you want to go just lay there by yourself and gaze at the stars, that's definitely the best place to do it because hardly anyone ever goes up there. I can't tell you the amount of times that I've been up there and just like, what's up here? And there's nothing going on, or laying up there just watching the stars and talking. So definitely check it out if you have the access to it and you want to just chill. Otherwise, it's pretty empty at night. So don't expect going up there to have a big old party. Maybe he does when he gets on board. Maybe Richard does. The dock is open. The dock and the dock house are open. They're not open super late. I will tell you that. They also close early because everything kind of starts to centralize towards the middle where the casino is. On the rocks is where you'll find bands. And the manor, which is right next to the casino, so everything kind of centralizes in that area, and all the other everything around it sort of starts to close. So the athletic bar closes, the bar at the pool closes, all that stuff starts to close fairly early, I'll say. I don't have timing, but just keep an eye on it, obviously. But these are the bars that are open earlier in the evening, and then, like I said, they'll close a little bit later. So the dock and dock house are great areas to lounge and hang out and chill with your friends. The dock house is the inside portion, and that has all kinds of lounge beds and like couches and fun stuff. Same thing with the dock. It's the outside, the back, and that has all kinds of lounge beds and really fun places to hang out. Sometimes there's music back there, but it's more early evening that the music's there. So they don't really do too much in the back unless they've changed it. But I mean, they change things all the time, but there's not too much that goes on back there. And I think they should, honestly, because it's a great place to get people out into the air, because everything else, once it starts to go inside, is all inside. So it'd be nice if there was some things that were open outside. So like I said, the athletic bar upstairs on deck 16, that is in the back of the ship above the dock, actually. That also closes fairly early because there's just no one kind of really hanging out there. It is open for the PJ party, and it's open really late at night for the PJ party, but that one also closes. The aquatic club bar tends to close a little bit earlier as well. That's the pool bar, and the gym and tonic that tends to close a little bit early. There's also the one that's up top. So there's 3 bars right around the pool. So if you're feeling one's a little bit busy, just walk around to the other side or go upstairs and check out the ones up there, because you'll see that they're usually not as busy, and they're all right there at the pool. So obviously all of that stuff is open in the early evening, and it tends to close down, like I said, and you'll go and it'll start to focus on the inside. So you have the draft house, and the social club, that's all open on the inside. The social club's a great place to hang out at night. There's tons. I see people all the time playing games in there. So there's a huge game cabinet, and there's all kind. I mean, you name it. I've played Sorry. No, it wasn't Sorry. What was it? Trouble? Well, maybe it was Sorry. I don't remember what it was. What was it? Ariana, was it Trouble? So we played Trouble. I love that Ariana, because I was like, who was I with? So it was Ariana. We played Trouble. I've also played Cards Against Humanity. I also played this dice game once, and I also played a meme game where they put up a meme, and then it's almost like Cards Against Humanity if you've ever played it. So they put up a picture of a meme, and then you have to look in your cards and figure out which, phrase works best with the card. So you have to name that. Wow, what is it when they say caption this? It's kind of like that. So I don't know if that's the name of the game, but it's like that. So we had a good time playing that in the social club. You can also get snacks over there, of course. And then there's the arcade that's over there. So I can't tell you the amount of times that I've ended up in the arcade because I wasn't ready to go to bed and I needed to kind of, get rid of some of that alcohol that I was still feeling before I laid down and put my head down. So I've ended up in the arcade many a time, but also right next to the social club is I keep saying this and I know it's going to get busier and busier because I keep saying it. The Loose Cannon is right there next to the social club. And that is the least populated, not popular, I should say, the least populated bar. There's not a lot of people that go there because it's so hidden. Like, honest to God, when we talk about it, we're like, hey, go to Loose Cannon. People are like, what? Where is it? I don't know where I am. Where is this place? It's hidden in the back. It's like this hidden pirate place. I feel like it's very piratey and back there it's very sea friendly. And it's way in the back. So I love that location. They have a jukebox in there. They also have my favorite shot in there, which is the Shocktopus. So if you've never had the Shocktopus, you definitely should go. Just so you know, it's a group activity. I learned that the hard way. Kelly and I went and we're like, we're gonna have the Shocktopus because it comes in this lovely octopus with he's got palm hands, I want to call them, but not really. And then they put the shots on the on the holders, and we were like, let's order it. Well, it came with 5, and they're not shots. I have to be honest, they're not like these little things that you're like, oh, that's a shot. I mean, it's a full glass of a drink, so it is not a shot by any means. So Kelly and I are like, well, guess we're doing this together. We go to read the actual drink menu, and it says group activity. So we realized, wow, we should have brought somebody else with us. So we actually ended up calling her husband down at the time, and we're like, come on down and join our group activity. So bring a group and have a Shocktopus. It's actually really good. It's a rum cocktail. I want to say it tastes a lot like Sex on the Beach, very rum punchy Sex on the Beach sort of tasting. That's the Loose Cannon. These are open a little bit later, like I said, because they're in areas where there's a lot of stuff to do. So the Draft House actually has all kinds of craft beer, artisanal brews, and an all-day breakfast shot, which I feel like I should be getting that more often than not because I wake up needing some help. The other thing that the Draft House has that I had that I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to tell you should have it, but it was the jellyfish shot. It's super cool. It's bright blue, and it's got, oh gosh, what was it that they dipped in there, basically. They squeezed in there. It was like these little, and then it turned out to look like jellyfish. I'll post a picture, but it was really cool looking, but I went to drink it, and it was not good. And I can't remember what was in it that I was like, oh, I was like, oh gosh, I didn't know that was in there. Maybe it was Fireball, and I'm done with Fireball. I've written off Fireball completely. So that's great. So that I would definitely try it. It's worth a shot. You get to look at it, worth a shot, but you get to see how cool it is. But I'm not sure that I'm going back for another one. So back to the Loose Cannon really quickly. It's nautical themed dive bar, basically inspired by Brighton, UK. They hold trivia nights there. Signature cocktails like El Capitano's, gunpowder, and the Shocktopus that I talked about. I'm reading my notes here, so my apologies. I'm totally just going off the cuff and not going with my notes, so I'm going back and forth. So those tend to close at about 11 o'clock, honestly. And like I said, it really starts to make it go central. So we're talking like deck 6 and deck 7, bringing everyone in. They're like, it's almost like when they're, trying to herd people, they're like, oh, we're going to try to herd everyone to the middle of the ship, which is kind of what happens. I mean, I don't really think that's what it does, but that's what kind of happens. So on the rocks is, it's described as aged spirits and bold cocktails. They feature live music, custom mixology challenges. I've yet to see that happen there, actually, now that I think about it. But I love On the Rocks basically because all of your live bands will be there. You'll have cabaret there. You'll have live bands. I mean, the place gets rowdy at night. Not in a bad way, but just like hyped up. People love it. It's just a great area. The bar's large. They serve cocktails like this. I don't think if I've ever waited for a cocktail, it's because I've ordered too many. Not me, but I mean like a group of too many. I've probably ordered too many, but not. What I mean is, too many in numbers. Like I've ordered 8 or something. So it's very, very quick there. There's also bar servers there as well. So you can sit down and be served instead of just having there to grab a drink and then go sit down. So it's a very nice upscale, I think, bar. I love it. And if you like to listen to live music, it's there. The other place is called The Sip, and that is up on deck 7, and it's focused on champagne, lounge for bubbles, caviar, and high tea. So during the day, they have high tea, but I know we're focusing on night. They also make some great martinis up there, some really good martinis. If you challenge them, sometimes they'll come up with some crazy martinis, and you have like the best time. So I do love Virgin's bartenders because they tend to lean into that fun that you want. Like they're not like, I'm going to make you a old fashioned. You're like, no, make me a fun drink. They're like, what do you want? And you just tell them and they'll create something. Like it's super fun. They do a really good job. And I love The Sip because of its ambiance. It's blue, which is one of my favorite colors. It just has this great, elegant feel without feeling stuffy. Basically, it's just a great, great bar. The Sip also has, music. They've started putting music, but it's more of like an acoustic duo or an acoustic solo. So there's not like a full band or anything. They're just kind of usually chilling off in the corner, which is a great, great addition to Sip because that's the vibe it is. Although it can get crazy there just with people walking by because it is a very, very popular walkway because the stairs the stairs in the elevator are forward right there, and also the red room is right there, so there's a lot to walk. There's a lot of walking by that happens there, so it can get a little rowdy, but still has a very elegant feel that I love, but not too stuffy. So late night you have your casino bar. That place is open all the time. I feel like the casino bar does not shut down, but it's tiny. I'm going to be honest with you. That thing is tiny. There's maybe 5 chairs at that bar, and it's really small. It's in the corner, but they produce quickly as well. So know that, there's always a line there, not a line, but like a gathering of people, because it tends to be the only bar that's open late. When people come out of the manor, when they stumble out of the manor, they're like, yeah, I want more drink. They have to stop there at the casino bar. So that bar is open super late. I'm not sure what the exact time that it closes, but honestly, I feel like when I wake up in the morning, it's just closing. So I'm kidding. I don't think that's the case, but that's what it feels like. The Manor, which is the actual club, they have events like Heartbeat, Studio 72, Scarlet Night After Party, the 80s parties in there. There's a bunch of shows in there. It's your all-purpose room basically for shows and events and whatnot. That stays open super late. That'll stay open. I've stayed in there till 3 a.m. I'm not so sure that they still do that because I feel like it's kind of calmed down just a bit, but I have stayed in there till like 3:30 in the morning, dancing away, having the best old time. As long as the music's good and it's not I'm good. I'm there. I'm too old for I gotta be honest. Give me some bass. I'm good with bass, and some words, but I'm not good with I will be out the door. So, but I'll stay if it's like good music. So the other thing too, the parties at night, that happen, the other things that you can basically do at night, but parties, are Scarlet Night Party, which of course happens on every voyage. We've talked about that. all the time. So it happens on every voyage, once a voyage, and basically it's red night. So you dress in red, make sure you dress in red, and make sure you go too, because you're missing a great night if you don't go. But it happens all around the ship. So Scarlet Night will happen everywhere. And they do have a Scarlet Night drink that I absolutely love. It's called High on Life. It's great. It's got a little glitter in it, and it's red, and it's got a little feather. It's super fun. It tastes really good. It is vodka, and it has Aperol, which I don't love, but the drink I still love. I tend to enjoy that one a lot on Scarlet Night. But Scarlet Night, like I said, happens everywhere and ends up upstairs at the pool. So make sure you don't miss that. I know we kind of talk about it every now and then, but it starts at 10:45 at the pool and ends right at midnight. So right at midnight, they shut that music off and they tell you to go downstairs to the after party at the manor. And that goes until 2 a.m. according to this. I don't know. It used to go to 3, but maybe we shut it down to make sure everyone goes to bed now. And that happens in the manor. So the PJ party also is at night, and that, like I mentioned earlier, is in the athletic club in the back on deck 16. Trying to think what else happens at night. Well, like I said, every night the manor has some sort of DJ or party or whatnot, unless it's PJ party. The PJ party, it used to be, I will tell you what it used to be. Do you want to know what it was back in the day? Back in the day, you used to have a PJ party on deck 16, and then the hostess would walk you down to the manor and say, here's where the after party is. It was really cool. That does not happen anymore. There is no more after party. They leave the party upstairs at the PJ party, and they kind of shut it down, and they tell everyone to go to bed. I mean, they don't really tell you to go to bed, but when everything does shut down, like when the On the Rocks is done, when the manor is done, the casino's still open. It does stay open all the time. So know that if you're still not ready for bed, and no one shuts the arcade down. So if you really want to go do the arcade, like I did, have at it. I mean, I remember going to the arcade at like, I don't know what time in the morning, going to play Donkey Kong, and I can't remember what else. Oh, Tapper. Tapper's my all-time favorite. So I'd go and play that in a drunken stupor to try and get off, trying to get sober up and then make my way back to my room because, man, oh man, Virgin gets me. The other thing you can do is a groupie, which is super fun. You can do that late at night. That technically closes at midnight. I'm not really sure if they come in and shut it down, but the paper does say till midnight. And the groupie is private karaoke rooms. So you can do that till midnight. There is no bar in the groupie, so you do have to get your drinks from the sip lounge. And there's no server that comes in either, which kind of stinks, but it's okay. We can get the drinks. So definitely do the groupie because it's private karaoke and it's super fun, but it's only open till midnight. And like I mentioned earlier, the social club, you've got the board games and the late night snacks, which is hot dogs and wings and popcorn and sweets and stuff. You like Swedish fish? They're there. You like those weird ropes? What are those red ropes that aren't Twizzlers? They're like red vines. Those are there. Cake pops are there. There's like some fudge there. There's a this is so sad that I know everything that's there. The marshmallow that's covered in sugar that's there. They have not brick. What's it called? Chocolate brick? Is that what it is? No, not brick, right? Bark. Chocolate bark. So I have that there, like it's that kind of stuff. So I think I pretty much named the whole thing, just so you know. It's really sad. And there's also saltwater taffy if you like that as well. Wow. So then, if you've partied till the break of dawn and you're now starving because you have drank too much like myself and you need to put something in your stomach and you're not ready yet to go play Tapper till the crack of dawn, you need to actually put something in your stomach. Remember this. We have stood in the manor mid-dance. I'm not even kidding you. I'm step touching my way to an 80s tune or a 90s tune. And my girl Kelly has turned to me and said, it's 2 a.m. We gotta run. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, the pizza place is closing. If you want pizza, we need to go now. And I'm like, oh, this song is so good. And she's like grabbing me and throwing me out of the manor so that we can get pizza. Now, what happens at that moment is the line for the pizza place is out the door and around the corner, pretty much. I'm exaggerating just a tiny bit, but it is out the door and around the corner. So get to the pizza place a little bit earlier. So we have started to be a little bit better, and it's probably because of our old age that we're really just trying to prepare and plan ahead. We leave at 1:30 now so that we can get not a long line and get our pizza. So, if you're hungry and you need something to eat, the pizza place is the best. It's a great place. It's all, if you've never eaten there, all the pizza's fresh. It is made to order. It's exactly what you want. There are choices. There's a menu. There's a margarita. There's a pepperoni. I don't know if the Hawaiian one's there all the time. There's pretty fly for a white pie. There's all kinds of things that are on there. Sometimes they have specialty pizzas, which are super fun too. And it's like a daily special pizza. So like I said, get your tush to pizza place before it closes. The other thing that's open is the Galley. So you can get burgers up there. And you can get, are you ready for this? This is the one, I've complained about this many times. So if you have followed me for a while, Virgin, you are killing me with this next one. Like, it doesn't even sound cool. Like, Virgin in itself inherently is cool. But this next phrase that I'm going to tell you is not cool. Okay. So let me start there. All right. So I feel like Virgin Voyages is super cool, but what I'm about to tell you is not cool. And I feel like it really just doesn't go with the vibe. But here we go. So when you go to the Galley, the things that are open are burgers and eggs. Eggs. I one time went up there. I'm going to be honest with you. One time went up there and I was like, ooh, girlfriend is drunk. And I was like, well, and I think this was before I kind of knew the product and as well as I do. And I wasn't thinking about the burger. Or maybe this was when they didn't even have the burgers open. This could be when burgers weren't even open. And we had missed pizza at this point. Oh, so it could be, that's what it was. It might have been super late. So what happens is burgers do shut down and the only thing left to eat are eggs. Eggs, my friend. Imagine totally drunk and eating eggs. It doesn't work. I promise you this. So like, thankfully I survived, but I can tell you that it took me a little bit to eat or look at an egg for a couple days because I was like, that's not what you're thinking about when you're like, I'm gonna need some food in my stomach. And you're like, eggs, that sounds like a good idea. No, it doesn't at all. It's a terrible idea. Virgin, you're killing me. So anyways, eggs are there all the time. Breakfast all the time. So it's eggs. There's actually potatoes. There's like these little hash brown potatoes, like not hash browns like as the shredded ones, but like the actual patties. What else is up there? There's beans, the British beans that they love, the pork and beans. I don't know if they're pork though. What are they called? I don't even know what those things are called. They're like the beans. Shoot, that's going to kill me. It's going to drive me nuts. Anyways, those are there. There's also sausage links and there's bacon. So I guess you could just have bacon and some potatoes and call it a day because I feel like that's what you should be eating that late at night. But that's it, my friends. Eggs. So Virgin, you're failing on that one. I love you to death, but you truly are failing on that one. So get up there before the burger goes away because the eggs don't really sit well, I will be honest. I mean, they stayed. They didn't go anywhere, but they didn't sit very well. I was still a little nauseous. So things that are open late, we talked about food. Now, if you're like, yeah, I got to work off that food because now I'm not drunk anymore and I got to work off this food. The gym is actually open late. It's open all the time. Hot tubs are open, but the pool is not, just so you know. The pool does close, but the hot tubs are open. So that is kind of what happens at night on After Dark on Virgin After Dark. But there are shows that you can see, so I do want to go over those really quick. Scarlet Lady, of course, has Untitled Dance Show Party. Well, let me just go through all the shows. Untitled Dance Show Party, Dual Reality, a ship show. I'm trying to think what else is on Scarlet right now. Oh, there was this really cool one that I didn't get to see. I wonder if it's still there because I haven't been on it in a while. She left us like last March. She left us. It was very sad. It was either March or May. March, April, May, somewhere in that range. She left us and went over the Med. And they ended up doing this band. It was like a Karaoke, it was called. And I don't know if it's still going, but I was dying to do that because the band played and you kind of sang along with them, which I think is totally up my alley. And then let's see, Misbehave, which is one of my favorite shows. Lola's Library is on the Resilient Lady. Persephone is on the Resilient Lady. And Another Rose is on the Resilient Lady. Scarlet Lady had lulls for a while. So, again, just check the lineup to see what's there because I know things have changed and I'm not completely up on every show that's in every ship. And I know they kind of change a little bit there. But those are the shows that you can go see at night. The only one you actually have to pay for that's not included, so I do want to make this note, and I think I talked about it a couple weeks ago, is Another Rose. Another Rose is an amazing show. I just saw it a couple weeks ago, actually. It's worth the money, well worth it. It is like an upgrade, like I said, you will have to pay for it, but it's because it comes with alcohol. So there's like every meal comes with an alcohol, with a new drink, and you get one when you walk in. It's a great show. And the food is phenomenal. Oh my goodness. I feel like I just talked about this. I don't know if I did it on a live or if I did it on the podcast, but the food's phenomenal on Another Rose. So if you're on the Resilient Lady, go see Another Rose. You'll thank me. It's really good. It's a great addition. It's not that expensive. Use your sailor loot, because it will, work for your sailor loot and go do that. So the other thing that you can do at night is go on a grog walk, which sounds really funny and you're kind of like, what the heck is that? But basically what it is a bar crawl in Virgin term, Grog Walk. So I actually loved it. I used to do it a lot, but we haven't done it in a while. Maybe I should do it this week because I actually leave tomorrow for the holiday cruise. But they do change it for the holidays. So there'll be tomorrow is the holiday Grog Walk, and then there was a spooky Grog Walk during Halloween. So I'm not sure if the actual drinks change, but they do call it that. So my guess is the drinks change, but it would be interesting to know. So the Grog Walk is, like I said, basically a bar crawl, and it's a great first night activity because you do get to meet people. Sometimes you'll meet singles on there or solos. I shouldn't say just singles. I should say solo travelers, and it's a great way to kind of get to know people. So I highly suggest it. Like I said, I don't do it too much anymore, but maybe I'll do it tomorrow because I haven't done it in a while. But basically you go from bar to bar and they have a little game that you play. So there's like these break the icebreaker games where you have to read a card and it says find someone with the same eye color as you. And so you have to go around and be like, this person, and find someone who lives in the spot that you've always wanted to visit. So you have to go around asking people, where do you live? So it's a nice icebreaker. And then they give you a little coin or whatever, and you go and turn it in for your free drink, or not free drink, but the drink that, they've crafted for you. But it does cost. So the Grog Walk actually has a fee because of the fact that obviously alcohol's involved in this. So there's usually different drinks, and they're all different. I would say that they're all different liquors. So rum, vodka, champagne sometimes, all the different drinks basically are in all the different vodkas. So know that it's not just all vodka, it's not all rum, so it changes at each bar. And I would say it's about 5 bars, honestly, if I remember correctly. And sometimes it'll start in the Sip Lounge or the Draft House. I don't know, like I said, I haven't done it in a while, but there's 2 different Grog Walks. So make sure if you're going with a group and you want your friends to sign up with you, you guys pick the same Grog Walk. So that happens sometimes, that you just pick a Grog Walk and you don't realize there's 2, and now your friend's going to the Sip Lounge to meet up to start their Grog Walk, and the other friend is going to the Draft House to meet up to start their Grog Walk. So definitely check that out. Sometimes they're really good about it if they can to switch people to move everyone around, but I can be honest with you that they've also told people no. So because I've been told no before. Me, of all people, told no. But definitely do the Grog Walk. Super fun if you've never been on Virgin. It also helps kind of introduce you to the bars, and they kind of explain about it. And of course, it it kind of helps kick off the night. So, and you end at the PJ party, which is awesome. So they give you some time to go get changed in your PJs, and then they'll bring you up to the PJ party, and they give you your last drink at the PJ party. Of course, if you do the Grog Walk on the first night when the PJ party is. So if you don't do the Grog Walk on that night, then obviously you're not ending at the PJ party, but that is the Grog Walk. So definitely check that out. It's super fun. I've loved it every time. So the other thing you can do for food, by the way, is do ship eats. So you can go back to your room and order ship eats. I don't know what the wait time would be because late at night, but you can order ship eats to your room. There is a cost. We talked about this the other day, Kelly and I want to say she said it was $10 because it used to be $7. So don't quote me on the price. I hate to say prices anyways because they're going to change. But you can order ship eats, but in order to get rid of that cost is to order a drink. So if you're still drinking, or maybe you need some coffee, like a specialty coffee, the specialty coffees will cost you money, and that will come out of your bar tab if you have a bar tab, and then you won't have to pay for the ship eats charge. So it will be free, and you just pay for your drink. So say it is $10 now, and you found a beer or a wine for $6. You're saving $4. Look at me, totally telling you how to save money. So I feel like hopefully I hit everything. Ariana, did I hit everything? Sometimes yes, there are two shows. Ariana was mentioning that each show has 2 different times. And so Untitled Dance Show Party could be at 8 and then at 10:30. Same thing with Persephone. It'll have those 2 different times. So you just got to look at the lineup and see which one works best for your dining. So the question that we always get asked is, what happens at night? Because I don't want to miss any of my shows. I don't want to miss any shows or anything at night. I would say eat earlier. Don't eat so late, but you do sometimes have an option to see a second show. So Dual Reality also does 2 shows. Sometimes they're on 2 different days as well. So just keep an eye on your lineup, and the shows now, just so you know, you don't have to reserve them anymore. You just walk up because they were finding that people were reserving them, and then people thought they were sold out. The people that reserved it didn't show up, and then the people that wanted to go didn't show up because they thought it was sold out, and so then no one was at the show. So they stopped doing the reservations and has started just letting everyone in and watching the capacity basically to see when it sells out. And I will say Misbehave is very difficult to get into. People absolutely love that show, and it's in the Red Room, so it's a very, very big venue. So go there early for Misbehave, because I can tell you, I thought I was just going to walk up and see it about a month ago, and there was standing room only, and I was not standing in my heels to watch Misbehave because I've seen it a bazillion times. So but it's always fun to see with the new cast and whatnot. So I love Misbehave. I actually love all the shows, honestly. Untitled Dance Show Party Thingy, which is not the full name, not the real name. I think there's no thingy. I think it's just thing, is one of my favorites. I love Persephone. I love Another Rose. Yeah, I could just say I love all of them. Entertainment is one of my favorite things. I think if you're the first time listening, if this is your first time listening or your 800th time listening, you know that entertainment has been in my blood for years. I performed for years. I was in musical theater, so I love any sort of show and entertainment. So anybody that I see up there doing their thing, I'm just super happy for them because it's such a joy to be able to perform and be on stage. So I love all the shows. So with that being said, I think we nailed the Virgin After Dark. Did I say it good enough? I mean, I feel like it's not very sexy. I feel like I should keep trying. I clearly could not be a phone sex operator. I don't even know if they have those things anymore. I just took it to the not PG level. So sorry. Anyways. All right. If you are on social media, which I'm sure you are because everybody is, follow me on Facebook at Samantha-Fabulous Adventures Travel. Join our Virgin Facebook group, which is Virgin Voyages Cruise Tips and Deals. And you can follow me on Instagram at Samantha's Travels as well. So thank you again for joining. I hope this made you want to just hang out and enjoy After Dark on Virgin. And I'll leave you with our favorite phrase, which is, you float our boat. All right. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you next week. Bye.